So let's check out this video before I get into this here.
Austrian history sent
We went to the door.
$5. Have you really made 4,800 since the Gaza war broke out just streaming?
No, I haven't made 4,800. I've made I don't really want to say, honestly. I honestly don't really want to say because it sounds like a lot. I've made like $14,000, to be honest. No, I made like yeah, I made about $15,000. But that's a good month. You know, it sounds like a lot, but it goes fast when you spend it. So anyway, let's watch this.
Or under the premise that these two guys,
Yeah, IRS, IRS guy.
Trevor, were going to be assisting me with the investigation into recovering his Bitcoin that was stolen. Yeah, these guys are going to kind of help me out.
You're going the Steve Franson route? No, I'm not Jewish. I'm not mentally ill. Oh, I am Jewish and I am mentally. I was Steve Franson all along. I'm Jewish and I'm mentally ill. I'm the real Steve Franson because he's not really Jewish. He's just Khazar. But I believe in spanking, so. Anyway, no, I'm not gonna go Steve Franson. I don't like Steve Franson. I don't dislike him, but I don't like him. He's just an empty vessel. He's like Blade without the music.
Because we would get more of the cases kind of like what you have. Really? And
you know, watching that tape, it's almost like he was just desperate for someone to.
That's brutal, though. Man's just using too much drugs. That's too much drugs. Buying stuff, trying to fill a hole. I know that feeling. Really? This mouse is awesome.
You know, watching that tape, it's.
I'm so happy I got this mouse.
He was just
like $30
for someone to talk to.
I think that might
wireless
be
trackball.
Another
awesome.
side of Jimmy that no one really knew about too is the loneliness of being.
My Christmas tree arrived. It's 1.5 feet tall, not 2 feet, and the gold star is broken but can be fixed. Oh, you have a fake Christmas tree. I have a real one, and we cut it down because my girlfriend had never gotten a real Christmas tree, so we got it, and it was too big for the apartment, so I had to shave it down even more. And it's definitely the first one I've ever gotten because it doesn't look too perfect, but I am watering it, taking care of it. You know, I do know how to do that.
That wealthy and not having anybody to share it with.
And you guys walk in the door and start talking to him.
How much all that gear cost?
He opens up.
What are you talking about? Oh, you were talking about the microphone and the XLR thing. This is something actually I want to build that I haven't done yet. I just started looking into it, and if I'm not streaming, I'll have time to do it and the motivation to do it, which is this.
Leave blank to chat as anonymous sent $5. No. 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 No no. Na 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 no. Na 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 no.
Are you getting carpal tunnel? No, I just like I grew up with a trackball mouse. I think people in my family had carpal tunnel, but I like trackball mice, and they're actually better because once you get good at it, you can throw it. You can throw the mouse and catch it, and it's actually this is actually way better. The only downside is the left trigger, the left clicker, is too flush with the bottom, and with trackball mice you kind of move them around. So I'm trying to get used to moving it around a little bit to adjust. But I want to make this. I want to make not this exactly, but this is the idea. And it's basically there's software called Deej, and I probably won't use Deej, but I want to because I have a lot of ESP32s which I haven't used. I have like 10 of them. And then I have like soldering equipment, and I have stuff. I want to make not this, right? I want to make it where, let me find, I'll show you a modular version, because you can make a modular version really easily. Yeah, what am I looking for here? Yeah. I want to make a singular one with a base. And the reason I'll explain in a bit. But basically with a bigger base like this, a singular one, but then modular where you can slot in other ones and you know, slot into the left, slot into the right, and basically you could then control stuff and have software and basically make it a little more complex with this, with like it has like the ceiling and it has the floor, and make it so really modular system, because this is very cheap. This is very cheap to make. This is how they make it, and all it is like a 3D printed case. But I don't want it like a singular one. I want it to be modular where people can buy, you know, 3, you know, 7, and have it all plug in, and it's powered off an Arduino. But all it is it's these.
I found that using these clips,
So all you really need to do is the volume slider here.
Familiar.
How do I stop getting attracted to myself in the mirror and grow some balls? That sounds like you're a woman. Take HRT. I watched your stream and watched the replay this morning. No Bosa still. Play some Golden Tee. Yeah, I could play Golden Tee.
You may have seen it in
But
my
yeah,
stream
it's
deck
like
video.
make a prototype, and the hard part is not going to be this, because the slide is already built. Is going to be this, where when you start soldering it together. So here's what it looks like, the way he's doing it. But it's just like a very, it's kind of cool because it already works.
These rotary knobs are one of the only parts in this build that
And it's cheap to make too. But this is the part that would be a little complex, but not really, I don't think. So he's essentially soldering the ground across each connector, right? So he's soldering it across each connector. And basically, what I'm thinking, let me go zoom out a little bit so I can, what I'm thinking, if I can just get a little better clip here. Stop walking off, dude. I'm like really bad at this. All right. What I'm thinking, well, let me just copy this whole screen right here. So you have one, right? I look like Timothy Chalamet, yeah. That's true, actually. What I'm thinking is basically have a plate here. Right, and just pretend, we'll just pretend that it's symmetrical. And have a ground wire. Let's do brown for ground right here. Here, that connects to this metal plate, right? For this singular one. And then this is, I think, the current. Let me just go to the video. Yeah, so the way it's soldered is it goes to here, 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 to here. But have that soldered to, yeah, now look at the red one here, the voltage wire. So that one goes over to there. Have another plate right here, another metal plate right here. Oh, the ground should be in the middle. Or whatever. I'll move this. Have this. Still not great at the trackball yet. But essentially have the voltage to this plate, right? And then this is the connector to the Arduino. So this is the connector to the Arduino, which it powers it. But I would use the ESP32, whatever, because it's like a clone of it. No, I think I could be wrong about that. But essentially have it like that, right? Whoops. But it would be 2. Right, on both sides. So let me just duplicate this and rotate it horizontally. Flip object. No, whoops. So let's just pretend this is one. Pretend this is one thing here, right? And then basically, so this would actually go to here, and then basically you have one of these, right? So you have one slider, right? And then here's a connector, and you have the actual base. And so this would all go up. Well, I'll just do it like this. Yeah, then this connector would go up to here. This connector would go up to here. And this connector would go over here, right? Again, but well, there is like design stuff I haven't thought up properly yet. But essentially, make something, and this would be like the project. This is why it'd be fun to do. You could then, sell individual parts, individual extenders to it, and then it would all go in sequence, right? And this way, you could have as many volume sliders as you want personally on your desk, or other things. You could have other things like, and then at the base, you'd have one at the base in the beginning. Bring up. Whoops. And that would all be modular. And so you'd buy one with the base, which has the Arduino in it, and then you'd have this. And it'd have some sort of protector on the side for when you're not using it, like a sliding thing. And you could have, if you have 4 channels and you want to do 4 channels, or you have, 15 channels. And then it would be cool to have one where it's, for a volume mixer for, you could make it more complex than how he has it for each one. For like panning. And then hypothetically, what you could do, you could also build a one of those Stream Deck things and have it there. So you'd end up with a completely modular, you could build your own soundboard how you like it. Wouldn't that be cool? If they made a Willy Wonka villain movie, it would be Paul I'm not bad. I'm a good guy. I just want to build stuff. But that's a cool project that would be cool to do. And then there would be the programming challenges, which would be the way he has the code here. So this is what it looks like finished. But it wouldn't be this. It would be different. But I was happy to see how easy it was to set up. Is basically just have the analog inputs connected to the ports, or the inputs, or whatever they're called, and then have that dynamically assigned depending on how many are clicked in. And I think you can have up to 10 inputs per board, which is pretty cool. I'll miss you next year. Well, that's only if this goes to 200 by January 1st and stays above 200, or at or above 200. But oh, bro, once I talk about how much money I made, people stop donating. It's over. I should stop streaming. Let's watch this.
You guys get this solved. I'm going to invite y'all up for a beer whenever y'all want. All right.
I kept, again, complimenting his house.
This is so beautiful.
Talking about
But yeah, he's kind of retarded because he didn't even talk. He bought his house in cash.
his dog.
Beautiful dog.
Anything we could do to keep him talking. And as he become more and more comfortable, eventually I asked Jimmy, show us around.
Yeah.
Let's see the whole house.
He'll show us. You can see the baby lake server. Yeah.
There's an L-shaped couch. There's slider doors to the right. And there's a TV on the wall. There's what appears to be a firearm of some sort over the slider door, which we would later learn was a flamethrower.
You had a flamethrower in the house?
We did have a flamethrower.
Are you doing your own floors? Huh? Are you doing tile work? That's leftover from. This is the concrete tile?
You do this job for a while and you notice things in homes and you think, I could hide something there.
So were you looking for secret compartments as you went around the house?
Yes, it's just kind of the part of the process.
Yeah, come up to the office.
We went upstairs, and on my way to the room.
Will, I just bought 10K 3 minutes ago. Bro, give me 10K instead.
3 of us, with the Athens PD and IRCI, we saw the AR-15 on the wall.
You got the AR-15 against the wall? Yeah, it looks beautiful, man.
When you see the AR-15 in the house, do you feel like this guy could be dangerous?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean,
Dude, he's man. It's an fat Asian dude. He's not dangerous. The only thing he's dangerous is if he he chokes on like a dumpling or something, and he starts choking.
if you see,
That's the only person in danger is himself when he eats dumplings.
AR-15 with the magazine in it hanging on the wall, not in any way, shape, or form locked or bolted and ready to go, I mean, that poses a security threat.
Armed or not, they have to get Zong talking.
Okay, so I guess kind of a personal question is, how did you acquire the money? I don't even know what you do, Jimmy.
I'm in these days. I'm in real estate development. I'm the funding.
Zong shows the investigators a suitcase he used to store $1 million in cash.
Yeah, that's the exact case.
Is that a Zero Halliburton or is that a
That's just some
Samsung?
Random Amazon case.
Okay.
You know, I was trying to impress this girl back then. So I was like,
You're pressing up.
let's try to pull out $1 million cash and have it as this aluminum briefcase. And just I was trying to impress her back then.
Did it work?
Thank you, Mr. Janney.
Nope.
That never does. Never does. We eventually went downstairs, saw they had like a party pad built with a stripper pole in the middle and a full bar.
Is this your workout? Nope. That's for the girls. Okay. Nice.
You don't see that too often.
You don't see that very often at all. But in behind that bar was a whole nother room of computer servers that he had built out.
So I ran Cat 6 everywhere.
Well, that was a good opportunity.
That's awesome.
And fiber.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Next, they ask Zong about his
Normies pretending they understand tech stuff.
history with Bitcoin, and Zong reveals his involvement with crypto goes all the way back to 2009, which is the same year Bitcoin was first launched.
When did you first dive in?
Huh?
When did you first?
Probably like 2009 or?
Investigators begin to see Zong's level of sophistication.
This is like so foreign to me.
Dedicated Bitcoin mining chips. Those two big black guys.
Oh, I was thinking chips. I wasn't thinking.
Oh, I mean, the individual chips have to be assembled into something.
They continue to probe, getting Zong to explain his security system.
It's like 30 seconds, regular sirens goes off.
So did you do that?
40 seconds, that goes off.
Wow.
And that will make your head pound.
But the most important thing is they have to get Zong to open
I like that he has the Trump 2020 fuck your feelings. That's funny. Good for him. That's the real story. He's a Trump supporter.
his laptop.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna need you guys look away because this is gonna be my password.
Okay.
I'm just watching.
Now I'm really invested in him getting his money back.
It's like you're typing a sentence over there.
Oh wait, that's why.
So is this like?
No, he knew they were feds. He's just talking to them anyway because he's retarded. He probably just did a bunch of drugs and got drunk all the time.
Your hot wallet, where you say you have 1,500.
This is
your play money.
This is the hot wallet, and then the cold wallet is. I'm not gonna tell you where it is. See, that's on camera. I don't even know.
Oh, no.
If that leaks around the department or
No,
something.
no.
I don't.
Investigators see the evidence they need when he opens the laptop, a wallet filled with an enormous number of Bitcoins.
So in the day of the video that we see, you walk out of the house, the three of you are leaving, and we see you go out to the driveway.
What would you if you had all that money? Fund America first? I would get paranoid. I would probably sell. Well, if it's all legal, right? Assuming it's legal. If it's not legal, then it's something else. I would try to put it into stocks and gold. I'd probably get a lot of gold. I would figure out how to get, I'd get store a lot of gold, and I'd get a few USB sticks and put them in safety deposit boxes. But then the problem with that is then it's what if somebody steals the bot, breaks in? I would get really paranoid. That's the real answer. Is I would get really I would get really insane. Not in terms of going insane, but in terms of security measures. I'd be retarded.
Thinking the moment you walk out that door.
This is incredible. I think we found our guy.
It's gonna be a pleasure to meet you, man. No problem.
After the house tour, the federal agents
Not even wearing a mask during COVID. This guy's wearing a mask. They're all the feds wearing masks.
decide they have enough. Evidence ties Zhang to the 2012 Silk Road hack. It's all about to come crashing down for Zhang. And it's all because he called 911 to report that someone had stolen some of his stolen loot.
If he hadn't done that, would he still be living large in private jets?
I believe he would.
He's sitting on what would be $3 billion worth of stolen assets, and he calls the cops to report a theft of just a fraction of that.
Yeah, because that was the money that got stolen was not connected to the Silk Road. And the Silk Road money, he hadn't spent it. And also he hadn't touched it, but also that is not even stolen. Like he should have been able to keep that because that's not even anybody's business. He didn't get it from selling drugs. He was essentially just like a normal person. So obviously he probably felt weird about the Silk Road stuff because he didn't know it would happen. And that's a good instinct because obviously what happened. But the $400,000 were money that he mined himself. Because they took the Silk Road Bitcoin. They also took Bitcoin that wasn't Silk Road Bitcoin. That was his.
What is that?
Jimmy.
As they dig into Zhang's story, agents begin to suspect that Zhang's skills are proof that he's more than just a typical hacker.
You don't have to answer it. Like how
Actually, the real answer, if I had all that money, I would be disoriented. Because I'm comfy right now because I have a good amount of money to be comfy, but also not an insane amount of money where I can just get whatever I want all the time. But I also don't want anything. So I'm pretty happy with what I have and happy with how things are going. And so I'm pretty chill, like not stressed about stuff. But it's also nice because I still have the impetus. Oh, I want to work harder. I want to be more successful. I want to get stuff done. Because it's not like I have a ton to coast on. I have a good amount to coast on, but I don't have a ton to coast on, if that makes sense. So I feel like I'd be disoriented and be like, I feel uneasy. Probably uneasy would probably be what I would do. Be uneasy.
G are you? I don't have vast majority of them anymore, but
It's actually sad. Yeah.
1,000.
Wow.
Blew them all downtown drinking in Athens.
Over the years, the Bitcoin
At the end, all he
stolen from the
wanted was
Silk
love.
Road dark website in 2012
At least he was a Trump supporter.
skyrocketed in value to $3.36 billion. Investigators hunting for the hacker use a ruse to get into Jimmy Zhang's home and get him to open his laptop.
Yeah. But you don't even have.
Yeah, I would never let them in, bro. Never let him in. The Glenn show. Oh, I thought that was Glenn Beck.